Hi, Kelly Eckholt here to update you with the key events of the week. So last week I warned you that we'd have new forecasts out this week, and the message coming from those new forecasts is one where we remain optimistic that the recovery in the economy that has been occurring will continue. We've got GDP growth for 2025 at 2.7%, rising to 2.8% next year. We think that inflation is still going to remain just a little bit high in that 2.5% to 3% range over the course of the rest of this year, but falling back towards 2% later next year. And the unemployment rate, we think it's just got a little bit further to rise to 5.3%, which is actually a little bit lower than we expected a few months ago. The drivers of growth are still basically the same. We see that stronger export commodity prices are supporting the export sector, and at the same time interest rates are now noticeably lower. The terms of trade, for example, have risen 15% in the last year, and we think that they'll go up another 8% this year. And we estimate that those lower interest rates are going to generate probably 4 to 5% more disposable income for mortgaged households once everybody flows through to those newer, lower rates. A feature of our forecast this time are considering the impacts of those weaker global growth impacts on the economy. Fortunately, in the last week or so, those risk concerns have receded a bit as those tariff agreements have started to come through. But let's wait and see how that pans out, because there's still probably a bit more water to flow under the bridge there yet. Basically, the story this year is one where right now we see the export sector in the rural regions really reaping the benefits of the recovery. But later on, as we get through to later this year and into next year, we should see that spread to the urban areas as those interest rates increasingly flow through. In terms of the data this week, there was a bit of mixed data. We had stronger trucking activity for April, but also quite flat consumer spending. I guess one of the encouraging indicators was that the housing market recovered further in April, making it a 6-month unbeaten streak of increases in prices. I'll be back to update you again next week.